People who rarely call their family or friends often carry what psychology calls an avoidant attachment style. It isn't coldness, and it isn't arrogance. It's armor. Somewhere along the way, they learned that depending on people leads to disappointment, so they built a version of themselves that doesn't need anyone. Not because they wanted to go through life alone, but because being alone felt safer than being let down again. From the outside, they look like the strong ones. The ones who never fall apart, never ask for help, never seem to need anything from anyone. They show up composed, capable, always in control. People admire that about them. What people don't see is what's happening underneath. Because the truth is, these are often the most sensitive people in the room. They feel everything deeply, sharply, sometimes overwhelmingly. They just learned a long time ago that showing it doesn't get them comfort. It gets them hurt, or ignored, or worse, nothing at all. So they stopped showing it. Watch what happens when a relationship with someone like this ends. There are no long goodbyes, no dramatic unraveling. They turn the page almost instantly, sometimes within days, as if the person was never there. It looks like indifference. It is. It's self-protection. Because reopening themselves to that kind of closeness again and risking that kind of loss again feels like more than they can survive twice. So instead of grieving out loud, they just move, fast, forward, alone. The same thing happens in conflict. Most people, when something goes wrong in a relationship, want to talk it through, sit with the discomfort, find a way back to each other. Not this person. When tension rises, their instinct isn't to lean in, it's to step back. Silence. Distance. A slow fade instead of a hard conversation. Not because they don't care about the outcome, but because conflict feels like the doorway to abandonment, and they'd rather close the door themselves than wait for someone else to walk through it. This pattern rarely starts in adulthood. Trace it back far enough and you usually find a childhood where emotional needs went unmet. A home where feelings weren't met with comfort but with silence, dismissal, or inconsistency. No one taught them that it was safe to need someone. So they taught themselves the opposite lesson instead. Rely on no one but yourself and you'll never be disappointed again. It was survival then. It became identity now. And so they grew into adults who keep everyone at a careful distance. Close enough to seem connected but never close enough to be truly exposed. They rarely let anyone all the way in, and when they do, it takes years, not months. At the first sign of rejection, a canceled plan, a delayed reply, a shift in tone, the walls go right back up, fast and quiet, before anyone even notices they were there. If this sounds like someone you know, or maybe like you, understand this. It isn't broken. It's protective. And protection that once kept you safe can, with awareness, slowly be softened into trust again.